Hi, cities. How are you doing? Welcome to Sinaya. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. I hope you all still remember that Nebraska was asking if anybody cares about them, and like Black people trooped out to tell them that nobody cares, that they do not care about themselves, and that the last time Black people cared was in November, and that is the end of it, right? I don't care what is happening in Nebraska. I don't care what is going on with them because that is none of my business. At this point, what I care about Black farmers. So I am urging us, Black people, to please look for Black farmers around you to buy from them directly. Why am I saying this? I know that we Black people have been staying really strong all this period, right? And they are doing it greatly, and that the best we can do is to help ourselves too. They are not coming out to scream that everything is falling apart, but we also can read them from far away. Look for Black farmers around you, patronize them, and also keep the money circulating back in our community because that is what we need at this point in time. And why they are screaming and looking for a way to poke us, because I know they've been looking for a way to poke us. They did not think about how what will happen to them before. You all remember that they told them that Black people are stealing their jobs, they are taking their destiny and all that. Yeah, they probably were waiting for people that look like me to come back to come and start working in their farms. I love my people with all my heart. Black people can read you people right like far away. So they know all these things before it's all happening. Let's just get into this video.
Hey guys, I hope you all had a great weekend. Um, I wanted to drop by today to talk about the Nebraska farmers situation again. And I know a lot of us, with all of the videos we had been seeing around, or at least I had been seeing around, a lot of people were saying, Nebraska didn't care about Nebraska, and why are we supposed to not care about Nebraska, and Nebraska didn't care about Nebraska? How could Nebraska do vote against um, their best interests by voting for mass deportation of their workforce? And I was saying, why would you purposely go to get rid of your workforce and not have a backup plan for the people that you're getting rid of, especially if your business is relying on that workforce? Your hatred can't be that blinding and that overwhelming that you can't think about your bottom line, especially when it comes to your businesses. Some of these farms have been in those people's home, have been in those people's families for over 300 years. You can't tell me you did not think about who is going to come in and replace these vital workers for your survival. One thing I do keep thinking back on is Trump kept saying during this campaign that the illegals were here stealing the blacks' jobs. He just kept harping on the black jobs, and everybody was like, what the hell is a black job? Well, this is just my perspective, or it's just my thought. I'm thinking that the Virginians and all the rest of the people who were depending on illegal immigrants for their labor, they kept hearing Trump saying that the black people jobs were being taken. I'm thinking in their minds, they were hearing Trump saying the black people are going to come back to those jobs. In my mind, I'm thinking they were hearing Trump says the black people are going to replace all those immigrants out in the fields and on the farms and all of that. I'm thinking that's what they were hearing. That's why they weren't messed up about voting to get rid of their illegal immigrants. They were thinking that the black people were going to step up and take those jobs back because Trump kept saying these illegal immigrants are stealing the blacks' jobs. And therefore, in their mind, they heard we were getting our 1,800 slaves back. They had to have thought that their backup plan Trump was going to miraculously, somehow, magically put all the black people back out in those fields, on those farms, and they were going to continue to get their work done. Now, that's just my thinking, because you cannot tell me that you as a business owner would get rid of your workforce and not have a backup plan. You are not going to knowingly and willingly walk into a bankruptcy, walk into losing your business, walk into losing your farms that have been in your family for 300 years unless you thought there was a backup plan. And the backup plan was supposed to be the blacks. That's why y'all ran out there and voted against your best interest, because when you heard Donald Trump said they were stealing the blacks' jobs, y'all in your twisted mind thought that the blacks were going to magically appear back in those positions. The blacks were just going to be coming from everywhere to take on those positions. You had to have thought that, because y'all not going to tell me that in your minds you were okay with losing your livelihoods, that you didn't have a backup plan to come in after the immigrants would be deported. You can't convince me that people who own those farms and worked on those farms, you cannot tell me that you looked out there and saw your workforce and you know what your workforce is made up of, and you purposely went out there and said, yeah, get rid of all of them, with no backup plan. You know what it takes to run your farms. You know how many people it takes to run your farms. There is no way you got rid of all of those people and did not expect to have somebody to come in and pick up the slack. Y'all thought y'all were getting slaves back. You had to have thought that. You had to have thought black people were going to be the ones replacing the immigrants and you would not miss a beat. But when those immigrants fled and those fields became empty and those farms became deserted, then y'all want to run around crying, does anybody care about Nebraska? Does anybody care about Nebraska? No. Let's go back. What was your thought process as to when the immigrants go, when they deport them? What was your thought process on who was going to come in and pick up that slack? Because 60% of y'all went out there and voted for Trump. So what was that 60% thinking? What was your plan B for when the immigrants are gone? Who was going to come in, step in, and pick up that workload and get your bottom and keep your bottom line moving? What was that thought process? Who were the replacements for the illegal immigrants that you guys went and voted against? Who were the replacements? You guys thought it was going to be black people. Y'all thought Donald Trump was going to magically make black people appear in y'all farms and on y'all fields to get their work done. Why? I have no idea. Other than he kept saying that they were taking the black jobs. Y'all thought that just because he said that, black people were going to be running down there to them fields? It's absolutely bizarre. You can't convince me y'all put everything, your whole life, y'all whole livelihood, generations of farms being in y'all family. You can't tell me you put that up at risk and did not have a backup plan. You can't tell me y'all purposely destroyed y'all lives and y'all farms without having a backup plan to replace the illegals. It's just not making sense. But racism never has made sense. Guys, these are some really eye-opening times we're dealing with. And another thing I want to touch on before I leave today. President Musk is really working hard to get up under the black people's skin. He's trying to find a button to push to make us hit them streets. Now he wants the government to stop funding, to stop the lease for the Obama Museum Library, for the Obama Library. And he also wants the United States government to sell our National Black Museum, one of our National Black Museums. I think it was the Montgomery Boys bus, something to do with that. I think that's what it was. So do you see what they're doing? When the threat to pardon Derek Chauvin did nothing, now they're going for other intricacies that they know black people hold near and dear, which is telling us they are going to keep nitpicking and keep nitpicking until they can think they can get us out there. No matter what they do not give them what they're looking for. I don't care what they do at this point, but it needs to be seen the extremes they're going to go to. That needs to be seen.
This is all I got from this video. And reality is that they did not think about the people that will replace the workforce. But you all remember the time they said the migrants are taking your black jobs and all that. So they are thinking that people that look like me will be the ones to fill in the gaps and all that. They better think twice because we all know their plans. How did you not think, knowing fully well that all the people that works for you or that work for you are migrants and you know where they come from, right? You did not thought of that. That did not come into your memory. Did not even think of that. Now it is how are you people going to survive and all that. See, you all should just continue like moving forward because as it stands, nobody cares about Nebraska. Nobody wants to talk about what is going on there. You guys should look for a way to sort yourselves out because you all did not think about Nebraska some month ago. It is not that you all are remembering that. Go fix yourselves up. If it's going back, let it fall apart. Nobody cared, right? I am going to tell my people this. I like how strong you all are, like, how you all are doing, like, how strong you all are facing all this because everywhere you go, it is all black people. All are you, do you people care about us? Did you people care about yourselves? You all did not care about yourselves. And how are we? So we cared about everybody. But after November, that was the end of it. So we are facing front. You all can choose to do what you want to do at this point in time because I am not sure my people really do care. They do not care, right? So I am going to say this because I know also that our black farmers might be going through it too, but I am sending all the strength. I hope they find all the strength they need. And the fact that I have not seen them coming out to scream and shout shows you how it doesn't mean that we are immune, but we have mastered some certain things. Black people have mastered so many things as Black people that they are. And I have also made videos of how you can support Black farmers because I know that they are going through it and they are chesting it out. Look for Black farmers around you. Make sure you support them. Buy from them. Buy directly from them because it will save so many things. We'll also put the money back in Black community and then the Black money will also come back to you. I know why I am saying this because it is a very tough period for them. If these people could be screaming about what is going on around them, you can imagine how my own people will be screaming also in their heart. I know what I am saying. So we can save ourselves out because if we don't, nobody will. So make sure you look for farmers around you. You can Google anything. Look for Black farmers like nearby to show you where they are. Make sure you patronize them, buy from them, so that I will continue to grow and serve her. Let them continue looking for who will save them, because at this point in time, I am sure that nothing is going to save anybody. I love you all, and see you all in my next video. Bye for now.